Okay, so hi, I'm gonna present my evidence 3 from contemporary world, and my name is Diana Camila Delgado Yañez. Now we're gonna briefly describe 10 important events of the last decades, from the fall of the Berlin Wall until today, the digital era. The first one is the fall of the Berlin Wall, and this was on November 9th, 1989. When a member of the new East German government was asked if their travel law would come into force, and he replied, "Well, as far as I can see, straight away, immediately." The second one was the collapse of the World Trade Center. This was the morning the terrorists affiliated with Al-Qaeda hijacked 4 airliners. The third one was the American invasion in Afghanistan and Iraq. And this was that due to the Afghanistan war, the U.S. led combat troops to the country's own safety forces. The fourth one is the first African-American president of the United States. This was Senator Barack Obama that was elected for president of the United States over John McCain in Arizona. The fifth one is the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. On April 20th, on 2010, the Deepwater Horizon oil rig ignited into flames, burning for more than 24 hours before finally sinking into the Gulf of Mexico. The sixth one is the death of Osama bin Laden. This was an Islamist that was Al-Qaeda founder, and he was responsible for the September 11th attacks. And for that, he was killed by a group of the U.S. Navy SEALs in Pakistan in May 2nd, 2011. The seventh one is the world's first iPad. Apple released the game-changing technological piece on April 3rd, 2010. The eighth one is the royal wedding of Prince William and Kate Middleton. And into this wedding, more than 22 million viewers worldwide tuned in to watch the royal event in 2011. Nelson Mandela dies. This is the ninth one. On December 5th, 2013, the world had to say goodbye to the former president of South Africa. And then finally, the 10th one is the Paris terrorist attack. In November, a group of terrorists sworn to ISIS and carried out a series of planned attacks in the heart of the Western world. The brutal attacks killed approximately 130 people. Okay, so now we're going to describe some terms so you can understand the topics better. The first one is globalization. What is globalization? Well, it's a worldwide movement toward economic, financial, trade, and communications integration. Next, we're going to go with terrorism. What is terrorism? Well, it is the use of violence and threats to intimidate or coerce other people, often for political reasons. Then we'll go with unipolar world. And in international politics, it's a distribution of power in which one state exercises most of the cultural, economic, and military influence. And lastly, the digital era. What is exactly the digital era? And let me tell you, that is the era that we're living in right now. And this is a historical period when the digital technology emerged. As we see, we live in it. Okay, now, why did the globalization emerge? Well, it emerged because the need of exchanging goods and products originated it, which is basically taking a good thing from one country and sharing it with another one. In most cases, what caused the terrorist attack of the 20th century? Well, the need to prove the following. First of all, to encourage empathy for their unjust or unfair situations, and sympathy for the cause, to demonstrate the inability of the state to provide security and the illegitimacy of the state's institution, because they were not conformed or happy with the government. Down to the next question. How does the end of the Cold War relate with the unipolar world? The post-Cold War international system is unipolar in this case. The United States defense spending is close to half of global military expenditures. A blue water navy superior to all others combined. A chance at a splendid nuclear first strike over its erstwhile foe, Russia. A defense research and development budget that is 80% of the total defense expenditures of its most obvious future competitor, China, and unmatched global power projection capabilities. And now the last question, how has the digital era influenced today's society? It has influenced most of the world now. It has become our everyday lives. We have iPads, cell phones, TVs, better definition in movies, and it is still evolving. Every year we have a new iPhone or a new device that would make our lives easier. It has pros and cons, and we must learn how to use this technology correctly. And I'm pretty sure that if we do, the world would be way better.